I had my daughter when I was about 33. She was actually born blind and had learning delay. They don't know why, but it was just the way it was. The years went on and I lived with Monique's father, but about 3.5 years after having Monique, the relationship broke down, and that's when I actually became a single parent. My daughter kept complaining about throat problems and the doctor kept dismissing it. But I was then advised to give my daughter painkillers. One weekend, Monique just wasn't herself. I'd called the National Health Helpline and in the end they said to take her down to the hospital. The doctor asked me, do I want them to keep her in? And I said, well yes, because she wasn't my average unwell child. Around 5 o'clock in the morning, I heard the nurse calling out my daughter's name. And as I jumped up, I found that my daughter was dead. A routine visit to the hospital. End of her life. They actually brought my daughter back 2 days before, which then allowed me to bathe her down and wash her down and dress her and prepare her for a funeral. As funerals go, it was a beautiful day. But that is when, the real grieving actually starts. When everybody disperses and everybody seems to really go back to their own lives. But now you're in the middle of your grieving. You need that time to sort of get your head together because life has changed so drastically and so suddenly. It would have been lovely to have shared those emotions with Monique's father. But the relationship was strained because, certain things had happened. Not just the breakup, but additional heartache, which unfortunately shut the door on us being able to grieve together, talk about memories, talk about our daughter. I think those things are really important to have someone to share that with. Speak about when she lost her first tooth, the first time she walked, the first time she talked. It would have been so nice just to be able to have called him up and just said, I'm having a really bad day today. But from 3.5, I was her main caregiver. I was the one that shared her day-to-day living, her day-to-day battles, her day-to-day laughter, her joys. Even that, I couldn't share with her father. And I actually needed something to focus on, because I didn't know where I was going to go. I didn't know what direction I was going to take. And it's a real dangerous place to be. So I decided to sign up to do a HND in Birmingham University in jewellery. I actually got into jewellery simply because I was looking for something creative that I could work around my daughter when she was born. But, jewellery is basically my life now, my profession. And the bit I actually love about jewellery making is, the creativity side is the therapy. The therapy for myself and the therapy for the people I teach through my work. I was a single parent and I had a daughter who was blind, so I was also a carer. Now suddenly I was no longer a carer and I no longer had a child to care for. And Monique was my only daughter, my only child. But you also grieve the future, never having the hope of the possibility of having grandchildren. And sometimes it's so much nicer not to focus on the problem, but just focus on doing something creative, and I found that really important on my own journey. We expect our family and friends to know how to treat us. On the anniversaries we expect them to say the right things, do the right things, but unfortunately they don't, because a lot of them have never experienced death, never mind, the death of a child, and they do say the wrong things. Sometimes we have to educate them. We need to let them know what's useful, what's not useful. Sometimes we have to actually explain to people why we can't do certain things. Let people know what's good for you so they know how to treat you. They know the right things to say, because unfortunately they don't know. And at the end of the day, I am a mother. I have a mother's heart, but I just don't have any children.